Why keep going? Why? Why? Because you know, you've seen how good this life can get. You've seen it. You took the steps you needed to. You saw it from a vantage point. Okay? You climbed a mountain and you saw some shit. You got up there pretty quick. You got your scrapes. You got your shit. I just ate, so I might be in bourbon. That's real life, okay? You saw some shit. And you were like, boop, right up there. Oh my God, this is amazing. At the top of the fucking mountain. And then you go, wow, there is some shit over there. I need to get to that other mountain now. You had a goal when you got up there. You're learning how to sustain this. What's happening right now is this shit in your mind. This is you, little Buddha. And this crazy shit that makes no sense in your mind is what you're learning how to navigate. It's what you're learning how to understand. Only you know why this is on this part and why it has these markings. Only you know why these are here. Only you know that this is a blind spot that you know you can see over there, but you don't know what the fuck's in there until you go, it looks like a ghost to you in your mind. So you're right now, why keep going? Because you're stuck in your mind right now. You have a mindscape, I like to call it. Mindscape. You have a whole perception and experience in your mind that is what you're living out of, what you're reacting to. Other people don't see how you're going through this. You might show a little bit of some signs that you're going through it. It might peek out or pop out, but people don't know what the fuck you're going through. People wouldn't even understand it. This is your mindscape. You're gonna be an expert at your mind. You're gonna be an expert. Why is this guy a little sad? It kind of looks like a cityscape. Why is this here? What is this? Why does he look like a ghost? Why is this here? It looks like kind of like a tent, but also like a box. What is this shape? Why is this not filled in? What? That's the kind of energy we're gonna go at this with. What I said in the beginning, why keep going? That's a pretty dark thing to say. It's a pretty uneventful feeling, but there's a lot of stuff that's going on. There's a lot of events that are going on inside of your mind. We do not want to negate that at all. Okay? We don't want to negate this, what's going on in your mind, because your mind is an aspect of your being. You have a physical body. So we go out and we look and we go, oh, we're a physical being, and oh my God, I'm pretty. Or maybe you go, oh, I focus on all this shit. You know? Oh, I got a pimple right here. Oh. Yeah, sometimes I do. I look at my face and I'm like, oh, fuck. I have a fucking pimple right there. But maybe that's just your emotions. Maybe you're emotionally regulating yourself. Maybe that's popping up because you have to understand that's part of life. That's how things work. And your vision is a lot fucking bigger than a pimple. Your being is a lot bigger than this small moment in time where you're kicking all your addictions, so your body is regulating through its skin. You gotta remember where you're at. Where did you get here thinking this way? If you clicked on this video, how did you get to thinking this way? What's the point? You also have a little nugget of hope in there that made you want to click on it. Why? Because you're moving through a lot of stuff. This is not fucking easy. That's invisible. It's invisible. Everyone likes to talk like we don't have emotions and we don't have all this shit happening in our mind that's going like a freaking, look at this. Like, I would say even way more detailed than this. This is just one little layer that we even see. It's like space. When you zoom in, you're like, oh my God, there's so much more. That's your mind. Come on. Come on. He's a little butt. Come on, little butt. You want to come up there? You want to come up there? You want to come up there? Look at that. We're attracting the little butt. No, we're attracting a big butt. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is the next deck we're gonna pull from, but we got two already. This one popped out before you can even see it. So, why are we even freaking here? Why are we here? These are great, amazing questions because you want to understand these parts of yourself. Look at that. I was looking for the book because this is a new deck and these are all symbols and stuff that are pretty fun. But I haven't read all the descriptions yet. I know what Cancer is, and I don't know what this is though. This is part of the Tree of Life. It's one of the pillars of the Tree of Life, but I want more information. Actually, this is the dark feminine aspect of the Tree of Life. Why the fuck are you doubting yourself? You know what? Why are you doubting? What is it? You want to know more information about the thing, but don't doubt yourself already. Allow, even if it's wrong, allow it to be wrong for a moment. Like anything that you're dealing with, something that you're feeling, something that you're moving through, maybe something that you want to create, honestly. Maybe it's something that you want to create. Allow yourself to learn. Allow yourself to be bad at it at first, or be learning first. You're not even bad at first. Allow yourself. That's the main thing that helped me kick addictions, was accepting and allowing. I allowed myself to smoke cigarettes, weed, drink alcohol. I've allowed myself to do that. And I overdid it. And then all the shit started happening in my life. And then I couldn't control my brain. And I started having reactions and emotional things coming up where I am already an emotional being. So mix that with all this other stuff that's increasing more things to navigate in your mindscape. I literally felt like I was going crazy. And I changed a lot of things in my life because of it. And yeah, it led to realizations, but could I have done things a little differently? Probably, but I could not even control my reactions. I mean, even before I would react outside, I would have intense emotional things happen to me where I would just cry for hours, days. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. You might feel this. You might feel this. You might understand this. When banana appears in your reading, you are asked to meditate upon the qualities of the purposes. It possesses passive understanding and intuitive contemplation are key. Balance is called for. Generally, due to lack of this energy in one's life, focus on the traits of energy that allow you to balance you. Okay, you may find an answer that did not previously exist when you're starting to allow. And that's what I was talking about. This energy is of understanding. Correspond to negative female darkness, yin, and the passive. Beneh is also said to be a reflection of the light from chroma, which is the opposite of this. The generation of these two into the divine spark forms from all life in the universe, mother, father, energy. Understanding is the light of the tree. I'm gonna get it. It started to confuse me. I started thinking, this looks like dark feminine energy to me. This looks like almost like Pluto, like I said in one of the other readings. And Cancerian energy this is funny because I did a post about this, the Cancer energy and why it relates to the actual Cancer in real life. This might relate to you. Cancer crabs, the symbol of the Cancer energy in astrology, are like bottom feeders from the bottom of they're on the bottom of the ocean, and they clean up and they regulate the ecosystem. If we didn't have crabs, we would not have like clean oceans. Like they regulate the ecosystem of the ocean, and the ocean symbolizes water, and water symbolizes emotions. So Cancer is in real life, the astrological sign, if you have Cancer in your chart, and your big three of especially are a lot of Cancer placements, that means that you're really tapped into the emotional ecosystem of the office, of the environment that you're in, and you're constantly sifting around trying to bring things together and almost create this ecosystem of equilibrium. You're creating the equilibrium in the office, in the space, in the world as well, in a bigger collective. So Cancer in real life is trying to regulate, it's trying to get you to see something. Cancer in real life is, and there's a lot of, it's not easy to go through Cancer. It's one of the hardest things that we actually do have a cure for, but we're not using because it's patented. But we're having all these other ways that, it's very, very, to go through in modern medicine, it's very fucking hard to go through. It's a very intense thing, and you're gonna have to look at it. It's basically an overgrowth of like a tumor or the cells overgrowth, but it's creating disease in your body, and disease is a reflection of emotional neglect. That's what Cancer develops into after a long period of time. So it's getting you to start to regulate your emotional body. I'm really pulled to cool this Sagittarius energy. Interesting, we had this in another reading too. Sagittarius energy is a free-flowing, free-spirited energy. Thank you, buddy. He's a Gemini. I was gonna say maybe he's Sagittarius, but he's not. He's a Gemini. What are you doing? What are you doing? He's getting used to his harness. So, you want to fucking be free. That's what I'm getting. You want to be free of this shit. You don't want to do this. You don't want to keep doing this and get nothing out of it. You want to soar sky high, and that goes back to the fucking thing I was talking about. There's a vantage point at one mountain, and you see another mountain. Guess what you gotta do when you're, and I want to bring like a little bit more compassion into this, because yes, it's not an easy thing, but just remember where you came from. Remember where you are right now. You saw something from another vantage point, and then you had to go down into the rest of the forest. You had to get cut up again. You had to get the bug bites again. You had to find shelter maybe over the 3 days. That's a long route. That's a long route. On a map, if this was a world map, this would be like months of travel. And physically, I don't know why I said months, but it might be literal months of travel internally. You might go through months of depressive. You might really be stuck, thinking you're stuck in this, but just remember where you came from at one point. In therapy, I have a lot of emotions and like a lot of stuff happening. I literally forget what's happening. They suggested I start tracking my moods, and I think it's called Dailyo, one of the apps that I use. And I started tracking my moods so I can figure out, when am I gonna start, when am I overly happy? When am I excited and almost feeling like these like more manic type of feelings, and when am I more in the depressy type of energy? And recognizing, I've been 4 days in this, and I'm getting really hot because I don't want to even talk about this, but I think it should be said. Like, you start to, when you understand that you've been operating at a very high level, you're gonna crash. Just like if you're smoking weed, just like if you're drinking, especially if you're going really crazy, the next day you're like, your body has to regulate yourself. So your emotions do the same thing. So sometimes, you are in a little more of a depressy energy. Just remember, you saw a vantage point at one point. You have to go back into the mud, get cut up. You have to go understand the path forward. You clawed your way to this vantage point, and you saw another one. We have to get over here. You don't actually know the way. All you can see is the tops of the trees when you're that high. But then when you're on the ground, you're like, oh shit, I didn't even know there's a freaking rock wall here. You can't even get over this. It's way too high. Or I can't get over this swamp area. Or maybe there's crocodiles or alligators or something. You have to go completely all the way around. That's why I drew this. You don't know what the fuck's going on. And then maybe at this point, you're like, I'm lost in my freaking mind. You're creating an understanding of this, because all these things are going to create when you're understanding the foundation and what makes this, what makes this, what is this hiding behind this, what is the cover emotion of this, it happens in your mind so that you can start to feel safe enough to understand and start feeling your emotions in a safe space. That's what I'm seeing. I had to understand, well, I'm clearly addicted to cigarettes, like a pack a day, like almost like a pack every 3 days or something. But before that, I was good for 4 years. But where did that addiction transfer to? Anxiety in my job. And I just started trying to make as much money as possible. And I did make more money than I've ever made. And it was like 20,000, 30,000 more every year. And I was like, whoa, I'm successful. But my relationship and my personal life was suffering. And my anxiety level was through the roof. And I was so emotionally unstable. So how is that? That's imbalanced. So then I had to go down into the depths of all this shit, change my job, change where I live, change everything, go through more shit emotionally, figure out why, what is it? For me, attachment styles came up. This could be relevant to you. Things that I did not even realize my addictive personality or my addictive aspects of my personality was there to fill a void. And this almost looks like a void to me. Fill something. And you know what? That takes you off your path. That takes you into this. And it just makes you feel like you don't even know what's going on. You feel like you're getting lost. Why keep going? Because you're here for a motherfucking reason. That's why. And I like to be intense because that's who I am. And maybe you needed to hear that too. Maybe you did. And it says literal non-attachment and diversity is something I just peeked at in the deck. Yeah, What is authenticity? It's the highest vibration of the entire world. So sometimes you feel a little depressing. That's okay, because we have to accept that that's there. Or that's never going to go away. It's just covered. And then you shove it away in a closet. And then one day it starts popping out. And you're like, what the fuck was that? You forgot it was even there. And you're trying to now be this person. Maybe I do have a new relationship. Maybe I have this. And all this other shit starts popping out. And you're like, who the fuck was that? And it's you. It's you. It's the aspects of you. And then you fucked up something real good. Or then, maybe that wasn't what it was supposed to be. Maybe that all happened because it was supposed to happen. But I'm just saying, maybe. Ooh, we got excitement. This is the vibration to shift the meaning of the card into excitement. So I think we were lacking we needed some excitement. We needed some excitement coming up. Alchemy reversed. We're a little hesitant to alchemize everything because you know what? You'll lose people. And you know what? You won't have the same friends. And you know what? You won't have beer anymore. Fucking love beer. I loved beer. I loved smoking cigarettes. And I honestly loved smoking weed. Like, I love the act of all these things. I loved going out to a brewery, having a beer, the taste of beer. I loved all that shit. But I can't bring that with me where I'm going. I can't bring everybody on my back. And that's the attachment. I was trying to hold up all the shit. I was trying to hold up relationships where if you stop texting them, you never even hear from them. What kind of relationship is that? That means there's nothing wrong with that. That just means you're in different spaces right now. And there's nothing wrong with that because I was just in this crazy ass space just a couple months ago. So I don't even know. I'm not trying to tune in. I'm just trying to say, you have to understand where you're at because I pulled away when I was going through all that stuff. And now I'm back and I'm new and improved. So you never know who can do that, but you have to allow people to learn their own lessons. You can't be upholding friendships, relationships. You can't be upholding the whole job yourself. And you're not expected to. You're not even expected to. They probably don't even want you to. So why are you thinking that you have to? This could all be, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but it could be literally resonating somehow. Okay? Ooh, ethereal visions. Let's get it. Ooh, we're a little hesitant, I would say. Bop, bop, bop. That's okay. Why? Because we're in this space of And I know whatever I'm saying could heal at least one of you, or a part of what I'm saying. Just take what resonates, because my entire body is sweating. And that's what happens when you do Reiki, and when you feel the energy protruding out and actually moving through you to heal. Now I know I start sweating during these. I start sweating. Now I know why. Someone's coming for you. I think people are starting to see what you're doing. They're starting to feel it. They're starting to feel that you do care about yourself and you're working on yourself. And yeah, maybe you are a little bit reactive. Maybe you have a big friend group. Maybe cancers usually have a big friend group. And if you notice, like, they're always like, they're popping off, but they're in a cute way. You know what I mean? And I'm also a water sign. I'm a Pisces, but you could have Cancer, you could have Pisces, you could have Sagittarius in your chart, in your big three. You could also be an I almost said Aquarius, but that's not a water sign. A Scorpio too. You may be popping off. You may be that emotional being in your friend group, but you know what? Those people rely on you to understand. Oh, someone. All right, I'm super. I literally feel in my heart I'm really a little bit resistant to this, cause like, it literally means letting go and not knowing for sure. Like that's what this shit means. Like allowing people into your life that in a vulnerable way that's actually healthy and want to connect with you. You have to let the old version of you go, the old version of them go, and all these past people that may never return. Maybe they do in a new way, but you can't accept an old way. You can't accept whatever you feel. Like, if you feel really uneasy or like you're not able to communicate your emotions, like you can't get through what you need to say, like without them taking it personally or without you saying it in a way that makes it hard for them, like, you know, all that stuff. It's like, oh my god, I just want to like, I don't know, like, you know, like, it's just like, it's almost like we need to be ourselves emotionally and have somebody that can react. Like, I have this coworker now, he's a Taurus. I literally just like was doing something, and I didn't mean to do this because I really don't want to scare anybody, but I literally was like doing something, and this thing happens in work where sometimes it just like crashes, like, and you just 20 minutes of work is just gone. Like, it just all the time. I don't know why I didn't fix that yet, but it's like you're doing a thing, a document, a legal document. I'm like putting all these things in it, and then it just crashes, and I'm like, fuck. And it just happened because I'm passionate. I'm a Scorpio moon too. So I'm very passionate about what I'm doing, and I care. That's probably something someone can see, but I like really care. Like, I want the things to be done. I want them to be timely, and then I can leave on time. So it all has a purpose, right? He didn't even react. I was like, oh shit, I kind of like just freaked out, like, you know, and I feel like if I was with anybody else and there's a different type of person, like, they might have been like this, and I didn't want to affect them that way, but that's just who I am. So it's kind of like, sometimes you need to release you feeling like a crazy girl. Like, you're just not around the right people. If you can't just burst into emotion, like, sometimes I'll just like burst out into dance, and my friends will just, they love it, and then someone will just sing with me, and like, you know what I mean? So if you're around people that feel too much like your parents or your family, maybe, where you have to feel like you can't just be out, or maybe you do be yourself, and then they like degrade you in a very negative way. Like, my mom does all the time, like, don't be silly, don't be stupid, you know? And you're like, damn, if anyone else said that to me, I'd be like, okay, I'm not gonna be hanging out with you anymore. But for some reason, that could be significant to you. Don't let your parents, your family, your close friends, don't let them persuade you into acting a different way. You're able to act a different way every fucking day if you want. And if they love you, they can see past things and be like, I can understand why they react like that. I can understand why they want to act like that. They're fucking stressed at work. They think about the shit. They think deeply. I feel like people that care about you think deeply about you. They try to understand you. They just watch you and look, and they try to see, I can understand how they got to that point. You know, sometimes it's hard if they don't say anything. like, and you don't know exactly what's going on, or if they're really deliberately trying to just hide everything that's going on, then it's hard for you to connect with them, and that's not necessarily your fault, and that's okay, because they've been hurt, so you have to be compassionate, but it's not your fault to pry it out of them, or like it's not your responsibility, and they don't want you doing that. So it's just all these things. It's this energy of emotionally regulating the system. You're trying to do that, and you want to connect, and you care for people that enter your life forever, like you forever care. So there's somebody coming. I went on this whole tangent. There's somebody coming into your life that's going to provide. This one feels like the Prince Charming to me. And it's funny because, like, I always said, like, I always felt like the Prince Charming. Like, I always did. Like, I just felt this energy, and then at one point I was like, what am I doing? Like, I have so much stuff to be focused on. I'm a leader of the conscious world, the conscious movement. I can't be focused on, like, a game, like a running, chasing game. Like, I can't, like, if they're not down, like, there's a certain point where you're just like, oh, this is not what I think it is, So to allow this energy to come to you, and you might be this type of person, you might be always the person that goes first, always the person that is the leader, that feels like, oh, I feel a lot of heaviness, that feels like they have their shit, they have all this stuff on their back. Who is there to go, hey, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I want to pick this up for you. Did you eat today? I know that you just made sure everyone else ate because you're volunteering at this thing. Did you eat? Do you want your feet rubbed? And that's what you would do for others because you see it in others. You have to be able to receive this to allow it into your life. And goddamn, that hurts. And goddamn, you've been taken advantage of for your light. And there's a lot of shit going on when you start to think about that. When you start to even think you can allow this into your life in a different way. Maybe I'm the feminine lesbian. I never even thought about that. I kind of look more feminine than I even thought. And this can relate to you in somehow. Maybe you're the guy, but you're like, maybe I want some, mama energy. Like, maybe I want some, like, hot mama. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to be real. Like, maybe you're okay with that. Maybe there is some woman out there wants to take care of you for a change. Maybe you've been and you're going to be an amazing partner. Anyway, you already know that. But there's also someone that's willing to put in the same amount of effort and work to support you because they see you healing the world. They see what you're doing. And it's beautiful what you're doing. You're moving through the mindscape so you can teach and help guide other people so they don't frickin' leave the planet early and die. That's a beautiful fucking thing. That is so fucking amazing. And I feel like you are there. You are a teacher. You're stuck here. Why even try again? Why not just go back into your addictions and do all this other shit? Because you're right there. You're right there. And I'm intense about it because you're right fucking there. God damn it. Don't you quit on me right now. You're right there. Like, seriously. You got this. You're in your mind. You're stuck in your feelings. It's okay to cry for days. You might want to just be around others and cry. You might just need to, like, call on God and say, please just help me get through these feelings. Without addictions, without hurting myself, without anything negative happening, without me overspending, without me going on extravagant things, without me doing extreme sports to feel something. Just God help me just move through this in my daily life, every day, every moment, doing normal things. God help me eat healthy. God help us all right now. Yeah, I'm going to say it in the me term so when you hear it, you can repeat it. God, Repeat it after me. God, help me eat healthy. God, angels, guides, my specific angel team. Repeat after me. My specific angel team and God. I need you right now. I need you to be with me every day. Show me, show my hand what to do. Show my mind what to do to be healthy. Feel abundance. Feel love. Be able to feel the emotions that I feel. The whole range of emotions that I have coming up, I want to be able to feel through them. Accept that I'm feeling them with myself. And so it is. Okay, you can stop repeating now. Divine counterpart. Yeah. God is your divine counterpart in a way. You have divine counterparts on earth. You have soulmates. You have twin flames. You have these things. This is one of my, this is what's happening. This is an amazing picture. Ooh, this light is kind of making it. This is an amazing picture of, to me, when I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, that's a divine feminine and that's a divine masculine. And look it, she's literally dead because she had to go through so much bullshit during this damn eclipse, during this, I don't know if they came out of this portal or if this is just a portal to another doorway, but yeah, he was stuck there. He, she, this could be two males, two females, male, female, whatever. They can have, it could be anything. Non-binary, but I'm just saying the divine feminine energies of receiving meet action. He looks like a robot a little bit. He emotion, logic, earth, which would also be the feminine. And this would be funny because they're now mixed. You might be a same-sex couple because honestly, the sky usually represents the masculine and then the earth, the feminine, but this is flipped. And she's a skeleton and he's a robot. It's just so fucking beautiful. Look at all this energy of truth. And it turns pure into white light. And the truth blends in with the sky. And this is the root chakra and then the sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra is sexual energy, action. Red is also action. And I'm thinking of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We had a Sagittarius right here. But like a fire and water. All of this could resonate. I'm also seeing Aquarius in the white. And I kept seeing Aquarius on something over here. So any of those signs could resonate with you. This I immediately thought of Virgo too, and Virgo's an earth sign. So you don't have to be those signs, but I'm just seeing something is happening in the earth. There's unions happening. There's divineness. This could even be an opportunity, but I feel like it's more soul vibe, soul tribe people. And I do feel like you have to release the past. Eight of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Oh my God. So, somebody is working on themselves to be with you. To be this King of Cups. They went from the Knight, and they're like, actually, that's not good enough. I'm gonna work on myself. I'm gonna master this. These are perfectly amazing. Look at how they're glowing. Amazing. Look what he already did. He has stock. He's still working. He's working on being a king, or she, or them, they. He's working on it. And if you notice, the cup is not the crown. The cup is not also shimmering. And that's interesting because the pentacles on here are shimmering and some of the other cups and some of the other things. But the halo around this is forming into a crown of light. It almost reminds me of the sun. This looks like the sign for Leo as well. So it could be a fire. It could be a fiery passion that's happening for you. This I put up reverse. I think they're having a little bit of issues with that. But anyway. You don't have to focus on others. Others can come to you because you're in a space of understanding your mindscape. You were a little bit harsh with yourself, with others. You're learning how that works. Where's that thing again? This is amazing. I had to eat. I tried to eat real quick, but I didn't even try. I tried to slow down because I was like, I'm just so excited. And then sometimes I did a little clearing before this and had my Palo Santo and just made sure everything was clear, and instead of just jumping into it, and I couldn't help myself, I started eating quicker. And then but it was good because I had time to kind of write down generally why keep going. And then all of this shit, I drew out all this in a couple minutes. So, I'm getting this, half-eaten cookie symbol with a star. This is a stress ball. Illusions and the moon. The tarot card of the moon is illusions, and then the star is this bright energy that's like a gift almost, of hope and inspiration. And it's a stress ball. That dance between illusions and the star is they're in the same sky. It's just that right now is just needing to be worked out. It's just needing to be worked out. And there's nothing that you can do to miss opportunities that are there for you, that are supposed to be there for you. So why keep going? Because you have a shit ton more to experience in this life. And the stress ball just flew out of my hand. I just tried to grip this a little more. And it's funny because I'm getting better. I hurt myself skateboarding, and I actually hurt myself saving a trick, but I was trying to impress some people. So there's that. Then I had to look at that and be like, what part of me, why? I didn't even need to do that. I just landed it 3 times in a row, but I wanted to get it higher. So what's going on? Just look at yourself. So I had to work on my grip and using my left hand a lot more, and the pressure and stuff, because I can't twist my wrist all the way. And there's aspects of that heart. Your heart is hurting. That's what I'm feeling. You're learning this touch. You're learning the grip, the touch, to grab this. Say you were relearning how to use this hand, right? I'm learning, say, to grab this pen. Certain movements, actually, this doesn't hurt, but certain do. So say I'm trying to grab this pen. You have to think about the pressure that's gonna take just to grab it out of my hand. But if this one is gripping on really tight like this, and I don't have a lot of strength, and I try to grab it, I can't. But if this one goes like this, then I can try to grab it. And it depends. It depends. How much am I trying? How much am I trying with each hand? I felt it all the way in here. So you're learning, I almost went like this to this amethyst. You're learning how things work. How does light work? How does art work? How does money work? How does your, not even those external things. It's really just you. How do you work? How do your eyes look? How do your eyes look in there? What do you study about yourself? Why keep going? There's a lot more to learn about yourself. You're not alone in feeling crazy and in your own little mindscape like this. And you can't see, holy shit, I'm actually beautiful. Holy shit, you're beautiful. Holy shit, you have friends. Holy shit, you have people that have influenced you when, or I don't know why I said that, but you have influenced people when one moment you didn't know how you were even going to be able to speak on camera or speak to others or have a relationship in general. Maybe you've had relationships now and you're like, there was one point I didn't even know I'd ever have a relationship with a girl. I was so fucking scared. Now, you know what I mean? You just grow through things. You have more experiences to be had. You will get to those spaces that you always wanted to be, and it will almost feel, when you're really doing it, you actually don't even realize that you're in that life, and then you're like, oh, it's the same thing. Oh, it's the same thing as being stuck in this thing. Where's that thing? I don't even know. It's gone. Oh, here it is. But like, it's the same thing as being stuck in here. You forget that you're even here. You forget what you're doing. Your dream life starts to come to you, or these other aspects that you thought you could never manifest start to come to you, and you're like, oh, I didn't even realize I was here. I wasn't like step. I made it to the goal. I'm at this thing. I'm here. It wasn't this whole big thing. It was like, oh, I literally made the feeling so real in myself that my reality started to slowly shift and morph into that, and actually I expected it so much that it just became my reality. And one day I started to realize, whoa, I have all these tarot decks. Whoa, I've been posting online. Whoa, I've been influencing people. People have been coming up to me. Whoa, I've been making money out of nowhere. Whoa, I get to work partly from home and partly this way, and I have more time just in general. The idea was like, I have more time to focus on my feelings and feel them and have them be valid. Whoa, you're creating a life where you're able to do that. Yeah. Let's go. That's why you're still here. There's more to experience. Come back. We're here. We're doing this together. I get lost sometimes too. We're gonna do it together because we're gonna remember this little whole deal that you created too. You're creating me. You're projecting your consciousness to literally create what I'm saying. This is you. You're just in this sometimes. There's more to experience in life. You will eventually, this too shall pass. You will eventually feel better as well if you're really feeling it right now. Hopefully some of that already shifted your perspective, but you have more to experience. Come back and we're going to see what else there is in store for you. Yeah.